Big day and night for Lincoln Riley and USC football. The Trojans locking up one of the best recruiting classes in the nation, including a pair of friends and teammates from Los Alamitos, California. Quarterback Malachi Nelson, the #2 QB in the nation and the top recruit out of the Golden State, and receiver Malachi Lemon. They're going to be joining Nelson at USC. Lemon ranked as the 5th best receiver in the class of 2023, and they pulled out all the stops, even bringing that Trojan, don't look into the mouth. The Trojan horse is out there. Fight on, they say. 3 5-star recruits Lincoln Riley and his staff managed to pull in, including Nelson and Lemon, and Zachariah Branch, a receiver out of Bishop Gorman in Las Vegas. Russ Taylor here on CBS Sports HQ as we welcome in 24/7 Sports college football recruiting analyst Greg Biggins. All right, Greg, 3 5-star prospects already committed to USC, their most since 2018, including Malachi Nelson, who's the #2 ranked passer in the class of 2023, the #1 player in all of California. What kind of player, what kind of impact is Malachi Nelson bringing to USC?
So obviously, I think his impact's going to be 2 years from now, right? Because Caleb Williams is still at USC. He's pretty good at football. But I think Malachi Nelson is a guy with NFL upside. I mean, he's probably one of the most pure passers, if not the most pure thrower in this class. And this 23 class of quarterbacks is just loaded. Been watching him since 8th grade. I mean, checks off every box you can want in the thrower, the feet, the ball placement, accuracy. He's smart. He already knows how to throw with anticipation. He gets guys open. He's got really good pocket mobility. I wouldn't recruit a statue or a guy who couldn't move. And you see him, he's able to extend plays, and he's smart, and he's a leader. Like, I can probably go on and on and on, and I probably already have. So he's a guy who committed to Lincoln Riley at Oklahoma. Once Lincoln Riley came over to USC, he committed about a day or two later, and it has kind of helped build this USC class. So he's been huge for USC, and I think he's going to be huge for them in the future as well.
Look, #2 ranked player in the entire class of 2023, and everything you just said about him would lead me to believe that he could have pretty much gone wherever he wanted to go in the country and could have gone to a place where he would be the starter on day one and the star on day one. As you mentioned, he's not going to be that. The Heisman Trophy candidate is the incumbent starting quarterback at USC. Why did he choose USC?
I mean, I think he was thinking long-term plan, right? Don't just think short-term. And I think right now you're seeing NIL, not to go off on a tangent. You think you're seeing a lot of kids kind of, make some short-sighted decisions. So, I mean, Malachi loves Lincoln Riley. And if you look at, the past, 10 years, who's done a better job developing quarterbacks and not just Heisman Trophy winners, but getting guys drafted? I mean, Jalen Hurts was kind of an afterthought when he came over to Oklahoma, and he got him drafted, and he's going to maybe be a candidate for Player of the Year this year. So, Malachi trusts Lincoln Riley. It's a great offense for him. He wants to be developed. He doesn't mind going in. And for me, I think quarterback's the hardest thing to do in all of sports, whether it be point guard in basketball or, whatever it is, pick a sport. I think quarterback's the hardest. So I don't think it's a bad thing to go in, redshirt your first year, maybe even be the #2 guy, get some backup reps, learn the offense, learn the speed of the game. And then by your second year in the program, then be the guy, right? Work for Bryce Young and work for CJ Stroud, and they're going to probably be 2 top 10 picks. And I think that's what he's thinking as well.
All right, of course, USC not only won, we mentioned 3 5-star recruits. One of them is Malachi Lemon. He's a receiver. What kind of player is Malachi?
Dynamic two-way player. You mentioned receiver. I actually like him more as a cover corner. Now, he doesn't want to hear that. He always wants to be the guy with the ball in his hands. But, for me, I think he's got just an unbelievable upside on both sides of the ball. And people like player comps. I see a ton of Amon-Ra St. Brown in his game. I think he's actually a little twitchier, a little more explosive than St. Brown was at the same stage. Same body, same tough. Same just kind of dog mentality that St. Brown had. Willing blocker, great hands, strong physical player. But like I said, dynamic athlete with the ball in his hands, lockdown cover corner as well. Him and Malachi have been best friends since middle school. And, like I said with Nelson, Malachi was also an Oklahoma commit, and he flipped over to USC once Lincoln Riley came over to USC. So now he is a guy who I think can come in and play right away. I think he has that kind of game and that kind of talent to be a true freshman and be an impact guy as soon as this fall.
Well, huge National Signing Day, big recruiting class for the USC Trojans. For all of that and all your help and knowledge, thank you so much to Greg Biggins from 24/7 Sports. And for more on the college recruiting game and everything you need to know. Wall-to-wall team coverage. We got recruiting rankings, transfer portal updates, the whole NIL deal. It's 24/7 Sports, your team all the time.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.